Hello everybody, welcome to Red Tool House. On today's video, I want to do something a little different, but it's around this idea of can you relax on vacation or when you have to be away from the farm for a while with whoever's watching your farm. We like to think there's a lot of qualified people out there that can be good farm sitters and watch our animals. In today's video, I want to show you why Cam and I were up at camp for Memorial Day weekend. Liam and Kelly had to take care of the daily chores. And that's not something they normally do. Normally I take care of all of it myself. So if you're going to go away on vacation with the entire family and you find yourself needing somebody to come on farm and watch, so you're going to hire somebody or you got a friend or a family member that's coming in, you can't take for granted that they're going to know how to do things exactly the way you do it or the way you want to do it. So in this video, Kelly shot some footage of the two of them doing the chores while we were gone, just one night of chores. And I want to sit here in my comfy camp chair and actually make some commentary on this just to illustrate some of the little nuances that can happen and could possibly challenge your farm sitter more than you would expect.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Red Tool House. This weekend, Liam and I are taking care of the farm. Troy is at camp for the weekend with Camlin, and Liam and I are responsible for taking care of the animals. So we went several weeks without rain, and of course when Troy leaves the farm we have a downpour. So anyway, we're gonna go and take care of the animals in the mud. We'll see how it goes.
So they rode with me a couple times before we left so they could get an idea of the order that I do things and how I do things. So it wasn't they were starting from scratch. And of course, since they live here all the time, they get to hear me talk about the different chores and things. But they did a good job. They went to the bores first and took care of that.
Hi, fellas. Okay, stop. Stop. Hi, fellas. How are ya? Either one. Yeah, you can do that particular bucket right there that you have is fine. One of the bowls is in the creek, so you're gonna have to get it out of the creek. Go to the large bowl first. Go quick. One third. Woo! Okay, go to the next bowl and take it out of the creek. Put it up there on that side over there.
Kelly is really intimidated by the large animals, the bigger pigs, so she didn't want to get into the bores. And Liam really doesn't have much interaction with the bores either. He's in college now, has a job, so his time on the farm is very limited.
Down low.
But he stepped up and took care of getting in the pasture there with the bores and feeding them. I told him if they really got intimidated, they could, of course, just dump the feed over the fence and they could eat it off the ground, a worst case scenario.
You just don't want feed spilling out the back, sloshing around since it got a little wet.
I thought this was kind of funny. So I turn the side-by-side around in a different spot every single day. Something I take for granted. And Liam drives it further up the road and tries to turn it around in a different spot. So it takes a little bit longer. Little things like that are just funny nuances.
You're crazy. Are you gonna walk?
I find it funny. The reason why Liam gets out here and decides to walk up is he really doesn't like being in the side-by-side with anybody on any of the hills. And the reason why is about 10 years ago, I rolled him over the hill on a trailer that came off the four-wheeler. So he doesn't trust me for nothing when it comes to ATV on the mountain. I love the fear in Kelly's voice as as the pigs get closer to her here, as the sows get close. Now they're not going to hurt her, of course. They're just going to rub up against her, but it really intimidates her.
You guys are awfully close to me. No, back up. All right, get their food. They're getting... Hurry, they're chasing me. Get them. No, I don't have your food. Okay, 1/3 in each bucket. When they get distracted, I'll turn over this other bucket. Of course. Okay, 1/3. Oh gosh. And you can kick this one back up the hill some more. Bring it over right here, like maybe right up here. And then bunk it down in the bowl. Get down real low. There you go. Down, down, down. Bunk it on the bowl. There you go. Okay, we gotta count piglets. Make sure they're all here. Oh, they're eating the food. Okay. Woo. All right, off to the chickens.
It's funny, the chickens in this greenhouse are Kelly's chickens for her coop that we're going to put in our backyard flock that we're going to put in right behind the house and use them to build compost. And that one that's on the roost looking at her is actually a rooster. So he's shown his true colors here, and that's why he keeps honking, because a couple weeks later he started growing.
Did you just honk? Right there in the yellow bucket. Okay, that's good. Okay, now you stand by there because they're going to come around that way when I check their feed. I don't want them to go out. Quit honking. Okay. They look good. Sarah, don't open the door. When I come this way, they'll go that way. Okay, go ahead. Okay, on to the meat birds.
Now this is the one situation that kind of got me a little concerned. I was trying to figure out how in the world the 19-year-old young man convinced the older mom to put down the camera and do all the tractor moving while the 19-year-old videoed. But somehow that worked. He got the dad talk after that when I got home and saw this footage. That was that wasn't cool.
one?
Yeah, you are.
You can say something. One is leaving. You can check that one. You can be. That one is not getting away. Okay, almost there. One more. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this one is the heaviest. Remember, just half that bucket. I would start pouring from the far end. It's all right. It's all right. Turn the bucket sideways so it can, yeah, there you go. Okay, only half a bucket. Now we'll get back in there. Come on. It's starting to rain again. We're on our way to the last group of animals, headed over to the egg layers at the mobile coop. And we've got a rooster out, so I'm not really sure what to do about that, but I guess we'll find out. And there he is. You're supposed to be in with the ladies.
Okay, so with a rooster out, not a huge deal, but I thought it was hilarious, the logic that they followed in trying to get them back. And again, it's little things like this that you just don't anticipate happening on the farm, and you think, well, that's obvious and easy. This is how you do that.
Let him in first.
But somebody new on the farm may not understand this is the process in which you do it, and they could spend minutes, if not hours, trying to fix a problem that you could resolve in just a couple minutes.
Come here, little rooster. I think you're gonna have to get behind him and walk him this way. Maybe lay that post in front of you down on the ground and then go walk around like behind him. No, this way. Lean it towards you. No, don't bend it. Pull it up out of the ground. Now lay it down. Yep. Now walk far, like up the hill and then around behind him. Maybe he'll walk this way. Uh-oh, but don't let these other chickens out. Hurry. 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 No! Go farther that way. Yeah, you gotta go that way. Yep, now go. Now let him, lift it up and let him under. Lift it up. There you go. Now. All right, come back and put this spit back up, and then we'll just have to, maybe he'll come near and we can lift it up. Catch a video of that because we were both working to help, but we got the rooster back in. I was able to lift the fence, and then Liam was able to walk behind him, and finally he came towards me and came up into the fence. So we got him. Okay, everybody looks good.
So all in all, I thought they handled it quite well, but this was really a good dry run for us because we are planning on taking some trips later this year where all 4 of us will be gone, and we'll need to have somebody come watch the farm. And depending on what we have on farm at that time will determine the level of chores they have to do. But there's these little nuances that you just don't anticipate. Something simple as our rain catchment. Maybe a hose comes loose and the chicken waters go dry in the mobile coop, or one of the bucket handles break on the chicken tractor. All those little things that if you sat down and tried to train somebody on them for every single obstacle that could possibly happen or any weirdness that could pop up, you're going to spend hours and they're not going to remember any of that anyway. So you really want to vet your farm sitter to make sure they know a little bit of some of the basics there and how to problem solve if a situation should arise. Or just be prepared to get a phone call, or maybe have some loss on your farm when you get back because something just couldn't be made right. Well, before I wrap up, I wanted to let everyone know there's another Olight sale going on right now. Actually, as you watch this video, it's going on for the 17th, and it carries over to the 18th. And it's the Warrior Mini 2, which is a pretty nice light. It has some new features, one of which is a proximity sensor that's built into the light. So as it gets close to something, like in your pocket, or you've dropped it and left it on, then it'll actually dim and shut down so it won't overheat, run your battery down, that type of thing. So kind of a nice new feature. I love the fact that it's got the button on the back for tactical use. If you've got some of the additional accessories, this can clip onto the side of your long gun if you want to do so. And still has magnetic charging, different clips, those type of things, comes in handy. We've got some great giveaways right now too. They're giving away a multi-tool that they've just developed. So you can see all those details below in the video description and check that out. So I know you guys have heard me talk in the past about Olights. Really like them, big fan of them. Have a ton of them, and I use them constantly. The little Obulbs are my favorite up at camp because they're magnetic and I can stick them to different places and have lights wherever I need to. But check that out if you're interested. All right, well, I appreciate everybody watching. Take care.